Hey, yo.
Okay, so now we're in Roblox Studio, and if this pops up, just click on Ignore, and now you're gonna click on the little new and select Classic Base Plate. Okay, now what you're gonna have to do is that you're gonna click on the top right where it says View, or you're gonna select on the little Explorer, Properties, and Toolbox. So now that we have that there, okay, now that we have this here, you're gonna go here where it says Plugins, and then select Load Shifter. If you don't already have it, you're just gonna click on this little modals on the toolbox, select Plugins, and it should be the first one that you see, but if it's not here, you're just gonna search Load Shifter, and you're gonna select the one that is free, not the one that is 35 Robux. And as you can see, it says installed. So once you've installed it, you might have to restart your Roblox Studio, but yeah. So once you have it installed, you're just gonna click on the little load shifter, delete the already row, and write your username. Then you're gonna make sure Spawn Origin is marked with an X, and select Spawn Assets. Now that it's spawned, you're just gonna right click, select Export Selection, and you're gonna save it to wherever you want. But before we do that, let's say you wanted to add a different base. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click from Models to Images, and then you are going to search for the base you want. So I'm gonna want Super Happy Base, and you're gonna click on None to see which ones are PNG. So as you can see, the ones with cheaper background are the ones that are PNG. So you're gonna click this little arrow right here, and click on the little head. Then we're gonna click on the arrow, and then we're gonna click base, and we're gonna backspace to delete that. So you're gonna click None, see which ones are PNG, and drag one on. And now we have our little face here. So we're gonna right click again, export selection, and we're gonna name it. Okay, now that we have that in, we want to look for a nice background that we can use. So you're gonna change images to models and look for any background you want. Okay, so to search for a role model for a specific person, you're just gonna click on these three little lines with three circles and write the username of the creator. In this case, I chose pluralistic, but some good ones are Fairy Jhxnddelii, Stick, and X1CX. I kinda vibing with this British study room. So once we have our role model, we're just gonna move it right at the side of the chapter, right there, and right click, export selection. Also, another thing while using other people is that you might have to credit them. For example, if you found a good role model on Instagram, you have to credit them, obviously. Now we can exit out of Roblox Studio. So I'm just gonna exit out, select no or yes if you actually want to save that and use it for other times, but you don't have to export it again. So Okay, so once you open Blender, you're gonna see this little thing. So just click anywhere. It'll disappear. Okay, another thing that I forgot to mention is that my Blender, it is green. So, but don't worry, yours will be like gray. So I'm just gonna reset it to the default theme so you can see how yours should be. It's just the theme that changes. Okay, so now that we're here, we're just gonna click anywhere. Then you'll see this little gray cube right here. So what you have to do is that you're gonna click X and enter, or just click on the little delete button to delete it. Now I'm gonna show you a few commands, how to move, stuff like that. So to move, you're gonna click Shift and F, and now you're in moving. So just move your mouse to move your camera angle. Now to move around in the world, just click W, A, S, and D to move. Q is down as well, and E is up. And to move faster, you can just hold Shift, and now you're moving way faster. Okay, to stop moving, you're just gonna left click, and it should stop. So now I'm gonna show you how to move stuff. So to move stuff, you have to make sure you're selecting one. So don't click here, just click here, right here, and then you're gonna select something by right clicking on it, and then you can move it, or you can click on this little kind of arch thing and rotate it, and then you can click on this little kind of arrow thing and you can scale it. Okay, so now we're gonna open our rig. So to do that, we're gonna change Blender Render to Cycles Render and select File, Open, and then we're gonna go to our little rig, and it should say rig. The rig will be linked in the description, and once you are in the rig, you're gonna see these little two things that says rig and texture. You're gonna select rig, and then you're gonna select default.cleaned, and you're gonna click it and select open file. After you've done that, you are gonna see this gray chair. So you're just gonna zoom in using your scroll, and also to move your camera angle, you can just use your scroll as well. Or you're gonna select the head by right clicking. Make sure it has an outline. It should be orange layout, and then X and enter to delete. And we're gonna delete all of the head parts. Okay, so now that we're here, we're gonna have this gray character with no head. So what you're gonna have to do is that you're gonna select the little torso, or really any part. Make sure you're not selecting this ones. You're gonna have to select the one, these ones, like these ones, so we can put the texture. So we're gonna go to this little white cube, and then we're gonna select Node Editor. Now all of this complicated stuff should go on. What you're gonna have to do is that you're gonna have to, so you're gonna select the bottom image texture and not the top one. So an easier way to remember is to just count 1, 2, 3, 4 up, and 1 to the side, and this one it is. So you're gonna click on this little file folder right there, and now you're just gonna look for where you save your character, and you're gonna open that. It should be with the character and a bunch of texture files. Depending on your character, there will be more. But you're gonna select the one with a higher number. It should have your username, the number, and text.png. So you're just gonna select the one with the higher number. In my case, it's 1. So you're gonna select it. Click open image. Now to get out of here, just click this button right here to 3D view. And now you are in the 3D view and you have your texture. If you have your texture messed up, make sure to check again with the other numbers. Okay, so now to import our avatar, you click File, Import Boyfriend, and you're gonna import your avatar from where you saved it. Now you found it, you are going to see that there's 2 copies right here. You're gonna select the one that says .obj and not .mtl. Click Import OBJ. You should be left with 2 bodies. One is at this side. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna go to this side, and we're gonna delete the plots that are like facing this way. For example, the legs, the arms, the torso, but everything except hair, head, and accessories. So to select multiple things, which is something I forgot to mention, I'm gonna select one thing, and then you're gonna hold Shift and select the other thing. Now you select it all, and now you're just gonna delete the rest of the limbs that are facing this way. Okay, now you should have your face or your head on the wrong side. So to put it on the right side, you're gonna hold Shift, select all of the accessories, and the head, the face, the hair, everything. And now you have that selected, click on Tools, Join, and you're gonna click here and see Rotation, select 180, and now you're on the right side. Okay, so now what you have to do is that you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna pose your chair. So to do this, it's pretty simple actually. These little circles right here are for posing. So these are for, I'm just gonna show you how they work. These is for the arm right here, to move the upper arm, move the whole arm. This is to move the bottom arm. That part. This is to move the wrist, the yellow one, the yellow star one. And you also might want to make sure that you're on rotation and not moving, because if not, it's just gonna move. It's not gonna work. If not, it's just gonna move the limb. It's not gonna work like that. So you're gonna make sure to select the rotation tool every time it moves. Then these right here, these little boxes are for moving the fingers. And now I'm gonna go to the torso ones. This is for moving the torso. And this is for moving the whole body. So if you want to like move it somewhere, you can just select this, hold Shift and select your head, and then you just click on the arrow keys, and that's that. You can move it. Now this one right here, this double squared one, is for to move the whole entire leg. So we're just gonna move it. Then you have this one right here, and this one is to move the lower leg, not egg. And then this one right here with the star is to move the ankle, as you can see. And yeah, that's basically all you have to know about it, right? And you can now get to posing. Also, you can also move the head. So it's gonna select the head, select Sit Origin to Geometry, and you can rotate that head and move it if it's necessary. Okay, so now that I have my character pose right here, we're just gonna click on the little file, import wave.obj, and we're gonna import our room model. So we're just gonna go to where you save your room model. So study people, and you're gonna select your obj again and select import obj. Depending on how big the room model is, the more time it'll take to load. And if it says that it's not responding, it's totally normal. It just happens all the time, mostly when it's big room models. Okay, I have my room model right here, but as you can see, some of the textures are invisible. So you're gonna click Sit Origin to Geometry. And then now there should be a bunch of circles, colored circles, and you're just gonna click on the middle arrow and move it to where you're shaped. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here. Make sure you're not floating, so you're just gonna move that up. But in my case, I want mine to be floating because that's the GFX I want to make. Okay, so as you can see, some of the textures are invisible, so we're gonna click this little button, select material, and look at the magic. Okay, so next things up is that you're gonna want to click right here. Next thing that you're gonna do is that you're gonna click here, camera, and now you're gonna see this little thing right here. So it's gonna click 0 on your on your number pad, or you can just click view camera. And now you're gonna click on this little camera icon and change the resolution to 180 on where it says 1920. So that is a complete square. You can change the resolution to whatever you want, but remember, the bigger it is, the bigger the number is, the more it takes to render, but the better quality. Now to position it, you're gonna click Shift and F, as you can see. You can position it. I got it already positioned. So what I want to do right now is that you're gonna click on the little denoising button, click on this little thing, this little icon right here, so you can see denoising. And that prevents the grainy GFX. And now to do the lighting, I normally go to here and select ambient occlusion. I normally put that to 0.66, and I add an extra light. Right clicking here, lamp, hemi lamp, and I'll wait for it to load. And it's right here, so just gonna move that to wherever you want it to be. Make sure it's facing your chair too, so you rotate it so it's facing there. And now you can check how your lighting is by clicking on this little ball right here, selecting render. And now you can see how it is. So I pretty much like how mine is, and you can go here to this little icon. I recommend that you're on render view for this. So you can change things such as the color and the strength, which I like to keep on 0.6. At the back, there's like these little gray things, so you don't want that to be visible. So there's two ways to get rid of it. So one is to make it PNG and then just add an image at the back, like a sky. But I don't want it to be transparent. Let's say I want a background. So just gonna click. You can go ahead and watch my how to add a realistic background tutorial to know how to download it, stuff like that. So I normally do crop and go 48D partly quality. We're already done, so we're just gonna click File, Save As, and name it to whatever. Example GFX. And then you're gonna save it to wherever you want. I'm gonna save it to my projects, example. And now you're just gonna click on the little render button, and it'll start to render.